Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Summer, and this month I thought it would be fun if my sister picks the books that I read. My sister is my absolute best friend. I'll pop a picture of her up somewhere in this video. I don't know if it'll be right now or later. But yeah, she is my absolute best friend, and she has gotten into reading these past couple years. So like for all like her birthday and Christmas and everything, I just like buy her my favorite books so she can read them. But she has gotten into reading lately, and I just love sharing the experience with her. Like I read one of her favorite books lately, Belladonna, and I just like loved being able to text her and like talk to her about like things that were happening in the book. So I texted her and she chose 5 books from my physical TBR for me to read. So I'll show you those 5 right now, and then I'm halfway through one of them, so I'll talk to you about that one. The one I'm halfway through is If Only I Had Told Her by Laura Nolan. This is the second book to If He Had Been With Me. And then she said her main goal was like finishing or making progress in series, which I really appreciate. So we also have As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This is the 3rd book in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. Honestly, don't even remember reading the second one. That was like a fever dream. But yeah, I'm excited to get to this one and finish out that series. And then we have one I've been scared to read, but I think she wants me to read it so she knows whether to read it or not. So we have Haunting Adeline, which is the 1st book in the Cat and Mouse duet, which if you don't know, this is a dark romance series duology. So yeah, excited for that one. And then like I said, I read Belladonna, which is her favorite book series, so she put Foxglove on my TBR. This one is by Adeline Grace. I really liked Belladonna, so I'm excited for this one. I need to get the 3rd one as well, but for 1 I'm on a book buying ban, and for 2 I can't find it anywhere in paperback. I don't even know if it's out in paperback yet, but I have the first 2 in paperback. And then the last one is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Everyone loves this book, although I have heard controversial things that it is like copy and paste of Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, which I do want to read that series really bad. But yeah, I'm just gonna read this and like see what my opinions are, and then probably read Red Queen. But yeah, we'll see. The 3rd book in this comes out like soon, like today or something. So yeah, this one as well, which I'm excited for. I have the 2nd one, I think, Reckless, so maybe we'll read that soon as well. But yeah, let me put these back and I'll talk to you about the one that I'm halfway through. Okay, I've been listening to the audiobook and I am exactly 50% through with If Only I Had Told Her. I really liked the first one when I read it. I don't remember if I gave it 5 stars or 4 stars, but I really enjoyed it. But something about this book, well, I know what it is, but I am not really vibing with it. Like right now it's probably like a 3-star, which isn't terrible, but like, I don't know. I think it's just one of those things that like I was younger when I read the first one and I'm reading this one now. I say younger, it was only like a year and a half, 2 years ago. But still, from like 16 to 18, I guess my opinions have just changed a lot. So, yeah, this is following just this boy and this girl. It's like a relationship-centered story. So, it's this boy and girl, they've been best friends like their whole lives, but then they had a falling apart, and then they become friends again, and turns out they've been in love with each other the whole time, except something tragic happens, and they cannot be together in the end after all. So I really enjoyed the first book. The first book is told from her perspective, and then this book is told by his perspective. I will say though, it's kind of weird because the first book follows a lot of like her while they weren't friends anymore, and then it just shows like a little bit of them finally together, and this one shows like barely any of them when they weren't friends, and this is all like mostly the day that they came back together, like those couple weeks. But yeah, I think the main thing that I hate about this book is that he is cheating on his girlfriend the whole time with her, which that's not a spoiler, it says it on the back. It says, Finn has always loved Autumn. She's not just the girl next door or his mother's best friend's daughter. She is his everything, but she's not his girlfriend. That's Sylvie, and Finn would never hurt her, so there's no way Autumn could know how he truly feels. Except, yeah. Like, even if they weren't physical together, like, obviously being emotionally attached to another woman while you're in a relationship is still cheating. So I just can't get past the fact that he's just like cheating on his girlfriend the whole time. And I know we're supposed to root for them, but how am I supposed to root for this couple when his like girlfriend is like, you know, I don't know. I'm just not really vibing with that. And also like, they're moving like way too fast. I get they've been friends for so long, but at the same time, like, it would take more than one day of like being friends to just automatically going to like, I love you so much, I want to do everything with you, you're my everything, you know, like, I don't know. But we just got to the tragedy part, which you would already know what is if you've read the first book, but we just got to that, so this is an interesting like split in the book to see what else is after that. I wasn't expecting like it to happen in the middle of the book. I thought it would happen at the end like it does in the first book, but no, it's in the middle. So I don't know what the rest of the book is going to be about. But yeah, we'll see. Guys, I have some updates for you. So I have finished If Only I Had Told Her by Laura Nolan. This is the second book to If He Had Been With Me. I really enjoyed the first book, but I think I said everything I needed to say in the last clip when I was talking about this one. I think I gave this 2.5 stars, which is the lowest I've given a book this year, I think. Besides, like, a book I've read for school, I gave 1 star. But yeah, I just don't know what the point of this book was. I really enjoyed the first book, and I have a special edition of it, and I think I'm going to keep that. But I am going to be unhauling this book. I've gotten, as my collection has grown, I think I've just gotten like more okay with letting go of books that I don't like, so I have more room on my shelves for books I do like, because as you can see, obviously my shelves are full, so everything is just like stacked everywhere. But yeah, most of this book is told in, so like the first half of the book is told by the guy, which is the male love interest between the two best friends, and then the rest of it is told like in his best friend's perspective and then the girl's perspective. And I didn't mind as much the part told in the girl's perspective, even though I didn't really feel like it had any purpose. And I looked at Goodreads and everyone loves this book, and I'm not seeing why. So maybe it's just me, but like even if it is a me thing, I didn't enjoy it. So yeah, I just think the whole like third of this book, or however much it was that was in his best friend's perspective, was completely pointless. Like, we see him at one place doing one thing that takes up like a third of the book for some reason, and he gives us like nothing. Like, it's for no reason, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I read this, and I don't know why it was written, and I don't know what it was trying to do. So I'm sitting here staring at the other books I have for this reading challenge, and I'm trying to decide which one I want to pick up next. I don't know. I need something to read on my Kindle at night, because I'm not currently reading anything on my Kindle. That's a lie. I'm supposed to be reading a book for another vlog on my Kindle, but I have not started that because I keep procrastinating it. And if you know why, you know why. But I'm thinking about starting Haunting Adeline on my Kindle. That is a humongous book, but I do have it on Kindle Unlimited, so I might start that one. But I guess you'll see whenever I come back, because I don't know for now. Okay, I've decided the next book I'm going to be reading for this video is Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. I'm actually like a little over 50% through with this book right now. I'm like 60%. I don't know exactly what part I'm at. But yeah, this is definitely something. I am enjoying it a lot more than I was expecting to. Well, actually, I think I knew I was going to enjoy this because I am a fan of darker romance. But yeah, I don't really know what to say. Basically, it's about this girl named Adeline, and she lives in her grandma's like creepy old dilapidated house. Well, I don't know if it's like falling down, but it's like old, and well, there's like holes in the wall, so yeah. But she lives in her grandma's creepy old house, and she has this stalker. And her first thought, well, not her first thought, but one of her first thoughts when she sees the stalker is, I kind of want to have sex with him. Yeah, he might kill me, but like yellow or whatever. So basically, yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. It's a stalker romance. I am enjoying it. I understand why everyone loves Zaid. I would check trigger warnings for this book. There's definitely some like questionable consent and all that in there, but it is a dark romance, so like, what more do you expect? You know? But yeah, I'm enjoying it like for what it is so far. It's definitely not going to be a 5 stars unless something drastic happens that makes me like fall in love with it completely. But I am enjoying the characters. I like Addie, I like Zaid, I love like what he does for work. Just yeah, really good, morally black main character. I don't really know what else to say about this because it really is just like a stalker romance, and most of it is just like smut. So I don't know what there is to say about it, but I'm enjoying it so far. It is very long. Yeah, I'm reading it on my Kindle, and the Kindle is like 600 something pages long, and this is like almost 600. And the second book is like just as long, if not longer. But I'm enjoying it. I think I will read the second one once I get done. Probably not as soon as I get done with this because I have other books to read. But I will read the second book eventually, probably. And so yeah, I think I'm just going to sit down and continue on with this. And I'll let you know when I'm finished what I think. Okay, so I have finished Haunting Adeline. I finished it in bed at like literally 1 in the morning, even though I know I had to go to work the next day, but I was just eating it up so much I could not put it down. This isn't a 5-star. I gave it like 4, and I was so invested. Literally, I finished it, and it ended on such a cliffhanger that I immediately read like the first couple chapters of the second book because I had to know like what was going on. But yeah, I low-key love this. I figured I would like it, but I didn't think I would like it this much. I love these characters. I love Addie. I love Zaid. They go really well together. The only thing that did bring it down to me is obviously like how dark it is, like some of the questionable consent and, well, blatant lack of consent and just like all that stuff. But other than that, it was really good. This book definitely is not for everyone, so don't just pick it up looking for like a good time. Definitely check the trigger warnings. If you are into like dark romance, then I would say this is a good one, but like know what you're going into before you start reading it because it is like from the beginning it's pretty dark. I guess I'll talk to you about the second one in this since I'm like literally reading it right now before I pick up anything else. But yeah, I just wanted to update you on this. And the second book is like a direct continuation of this, so I don't know how much I'll be able to tell you about that because it'll like spoil some of this. But yeah, we're just following Addie and Zaid still in that. And I'm only like 5% into that or something, so I don't have anything to update you with right now. But I'll let you know whenever I get further into it, and hopefully I'll update you before I finish it. We'll see, but that's all for now. Okay, unfortunately it is storming right now, but I have to film this clip today, so you're just gonna have to bear with me as best as you can. It literally was not thundering this loud until I came on here to start doing this, so I'm sorry, but like, there's nothing I can do about it. Maybe it'll be a little ambiance in the background or whatever. But I have finished Haunting Adeline. I know technically this isn't one of the books for this vlog, but Hunting Adeline, no, this is Hunting Adeline. Haunting Adeline was. So since I immediately went into this, I thought I'd just give you my opinion on both. But I think I rated the first one 4 stars, and I'm giving this one 4 stars. Yeah, I like them. They're fun. They're a good time. Well, I mean, it depends on what your idea of a good time is. Like, these are pretty long books, but it is basically, I'm pretty sure I already talked about this, but they're basically just like stalker romances where this woman falls in love with her stalker, and yeah, we see them get together and figure out maybe he's not all that bad, and they're really good. I enjoy them. I recommend them to girlies who like dark romance. Definitely check the trigger warnings before you read this, but I had a good time. Like, I'm glad I read them. I will probably try out some of her other books. I didn't realize the one with like the shark scene, what is that called? Does It Hurt or whatever? I didn't realize that book was by her too. Like, I've seen that book everywhere, but I didn't realize it was the same author as this. So maybe I'll pick that one up eventually. But yeah, that's all I have for now. So I do have a couple more books left for this vlog, 3 more. So we'll pick what we're gonna read next, and I'll let you know. Okay guys, I don't know if you can tell, but I've actually come back to this video quite some time later. I have no clue when I started this video, honestly, like almost a year ago, but it is now November. So yeah, anyway, I've only read 2 books for this video so far. I read If Only I Had Told Her, is that what it's called? And then Haunting Adeline. This is Miss Freckles. She's probably going to be here a lot throughout this video. She's very clingy. But I'm in the middle of reading 2 more because I finally got out of my humongous slump, and I decided that I needed to finish this video because it's been going on for a while. So I am halfway through. Please don't jump on there, girl. Also, I'm kind of sick, so if you hear my voice going out, that's why. But I'm going to try to talk as loud as I can, while also being like gentle. So I am halfway through Foxglove by Adeline Grace. This is the sequel to Belladonna, and I really enjoyed Belladonna. I don't remember if I gave it 5 stars or 4 stars, but I really enjoyed it. This is like one of my sister's favorite book series. She liked it a lot, and she wanted me to read it and get to like experience that with her, and I think that's the reason I loved the book so much, just like talking to her about everything, and like it just made the experience really enjoyable. So I'm listening to an audiobook and it tells me I'm exactly 50% through this book, and I'm a little disappointed. I don't know, I can't really give you the plot of this book without spoiling the first one, but in the first one we're following Signa, who, like, ever since she's little, she's getting passed around from family member to family member because everyone that she's around basically dies. And then she figures out that, like, she has the power to, she's a reaper, so she, like, can't really die, but, like, whenever she does die, she just, like, sees death and then comes back to life. So we learn all this in the first book, and then she's solving a murder of someone in her family. And then in this book, we are following another murder. But the first book was super fast-paced, like, it kept you really interested, and you were, like, learning all about the romance. It was really good. This book, I'm kind of just bored. Like, I wish I was reading anything else, and that's really sad because I liked the first book so much. But I do own the third book now, and I don't want to DNF this, so I'm just hoping it gets better. But yeah, I'm just not really invested that much. I am still enjoying the romance, and there's kind of like new aspects of that, but like we aren't seeing much with the murder mystery. Like, we know that someone died and we have someone who we think did it, but like it doesn't really show us how we got there and all this stuff. So yeah, I don't know, I'm enjoying it, but not that much. Like, honestly, right now it's like a 3-star, which is really disappointing because I did like the first one so much. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. Maybe I'll have some more to say after I finish it. But yeah, not right now. And then I'm not halfway through this one. I'm like a quarter through, but I figured I'd give you an update anyway since I was already talking to you. But I'm about a quarter into Powerless by Lauren Roberts. And this book is pretty chunky. It's a pretty good size. Well, actually, it's only like 500 pages, but I feel like this looks pretty big. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting going into this. This is like a really popular book talk book. Everyone either loves it or hates it, and I don't know where I stand right now. But basically, it's about this girl. I think it's pronounced Peyton. But basically, in this world, everyone has like magical powers, except for like people who don't. And I forget if they have a name or if they're just called like the Powerless. But anyway, every so often, I don't know if it's every year or how often, they have this like these trials to basically show off who's the most powerful, like which power's the coolest, and like a couple people die and someone's gonna win. And basically the king's son, Kai, he is an enforcer, so he can like, his power is being able to use other people's powers, so he can like reach out with his mind and read someone and know what power they have and use it. So whenever he meets Peyton, he's really confused because he can't feel anything from her. But obviously it's because Peyton is powerless, but she has learned her whole life from her father to pass off as a psychic. So she like tells him and everyone like, oh, you can't use my power because I'm a mundane, I'm a psychic, and like that's just not really a power you could steal from me. So yeah, she's going into this trial, fighting all these people with powers while she is powerless, and also trying to keep up this facade that she's a psychic. And obviously there's going to be a romance between her and Kai, but also the king's other son, Kai's brother. What is his name? I think Kit. There's also a little bit of romance there too. He's going to be like the next king. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm really enjoying the book so far, but like the biggest controversy around this is the fact that everyone is saying this book is almost downright plagiarism. And I can see, like, it is heavily inspired by the Hunger Games. Like, there are some scenes in this where I literally just feel like I'm reading the Hunger Games rewritten. So I would lean into saying that that is, like, pretty much plagiarism. But the main book this is compared to is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, and I have unfortunately not read that series yet, so I couldn't tell you if this is like play for play of that book. So yeah, I don't know. I am going into this like with that fact in my mind though, that that's a thing. So I don't know. I kind of just want to read it because like it's a really popular book and it's on my shelf and everyone loves it, and I want to like form my own opinion about it. So after I read this, I do want to read Red Queen and just kind of see how similar the similarities are. And then yeah, maybe once I read Red Queen and whatever vlog I read that in, I will let you know like my final thoughts and opinions about it. Hopefully I'll finish Foxglove like within the next couple days. And then after these two, I believe all I have is As Good as Dead to read for this vlog. So, yep, I'll see you whenever I read some more. Okay guys, I'm back with an update, and I low-key feel like this star makes me look like I have a goatee or something. Like I feel like a little hippie dude. I don't know if that's just me. But I wanted to let you know that I finished Foxglove. I gave it 3.75 stars, I think. Like I said, I couldn't really get into it. It was just missing something that Belladonna had for me. I'll try to explain the summary a little bit more. Basically, in the first book, Cigna goes to live with her cousins Blythe and Percy and their dad Elijah. I forgot what their manor is called, but she goes to live there, and she solves the mystery of who's making them sick. And then in this one, there's someone murdered, and Elijah is framed for the murder. So throughout this book, they're trying to like clear his name and figure out who really did murder someone. But like up until, I think the ending was the best for me, because I feel like the ending really focused on the murder. Up until then, we would get like clips and stuff of them trying to figure out who it was, but it didn't actually like feel like a murder mystery until the last like half of the book. So yeah. And then the romance element of this, I didn't enjoy as much. I do still like the romance in this book, but it was just missing something, like I said. I don't even know what really all to say, because I'm just really disappointed by this book. But I'm still going to read the third one, and like I still enjoyed it. It just wasn't what Belladonna was for me, and that's okay. So I just wanted to let you know that I finished it. Now I only have 2 books left. I haven't really made any progress on Powerless, so I'm not going to update you on that right now. But whenever I do read some more, I'll let you know. Okay, I have updates. I feel like I'm in a different spot than normal, but I'm sitting exactly where I normally sit. So I don't know if you're further from me or what's going on. But I am 75% through Powerless by Lauren Roberts, and I'm enjoying this. I love the romance. I keep seeing everyone on TikTok since I've started reading this that like rating their top 10 book boyfriends, and then Kai is the first one, and I'm beginning to see why. I do really like him, and I really like their romance. I think I explained pretty well what this was about earlier, but now Peyton has found this, I forgot what it's called, like organization, this rebellion of ordinaries, and she decides to join them and help them, but she is also conflicted because obviously she loves Kai and she's really close friends with Kit, but like her relationship with them is still strained because of what their father did to her father. So yeah, I feel like not a lot has changed since I talked to you, but a little bit has. They're going through the trials. I think the trials are very Hunger Games-esque, so I can see where that part comes from, everyone comparing it to the Hunger Games. Yeah, that's all I can really say for now until I finish it. I'm just really enjoying it, and I think I'm gonna move along through it pretty quickly. I fear I look a little crazy right now, but I literally was laying in bed taking a nap, and then I got up to film this, and I'm about to go back to bed because it's like 9:30. So you're just gonna have to deal with this for a second. She literally, like, she will stay in there by herself, but then if she hears me set up my camera and start talking, she just runs in here. So I fear she has to be in the YouTube, I think. Also, I don't know if y'all can tell, but I did reorganize my shelves. Well, you can only see like 2. Can I? Oh, I forgot you're sitting on top of something. But I have utilized the top of my bookshelf as a shelf now, and like got a lot of the stacks to not be stacks anymore. But I did actually come on here to talk to you about something. I have finished Powerless by Lauren Roberts, and 5 stars. Oh my god, she's eating my toe. Sorry. Yeah, this is really good. I really enjoyed it. Like I said before, I've never read Red Queen, so I need to, and see if the accusations there, if I believe they are true. This did give Hunger Games vibes, but it wasn't straight up plagiarism. Like, I feel like there's so many books now, especially popular books, that they all kind of influence each other, and yeah, I don't know. There's a fine line there, but this didn't feel like plagiarism of any books that I've read before. So like I said, I do want to read Red Queen and see how I feel after that, but as of right now, I don't feel like there's any there. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I've given you the synopsis of this a couple times. Honestly, it takes me so long to read these now that I forget what I've talked about in the previous clips. So I believe I've given you the synopsis. And I'm not really going to tell you anything about the end because that would, like, spoil it. But it's really good. I have the next 2 books and one of the novellas. Apparently there's another novella now. So I need to continue on the series. But I have a lot of other books to read as well. So another book down that my sister wanted me to read. Hopefully this vlog will end someday. I thought I had more left. Hang on. I only have 1 left. I only have As Good as Dead left. Oh my god. I need to read that immediately, and then this will be over. I say this like it's the worst thing that's ever happened to me, but this video has just taken like a year, actually. So, I'll let you know whenever I finally can read that, because I'm waiting for the hold to come in on my Libby. So, I'll let you know. Okay, this is kind of a weird angle, and I don't really know if you can hear me very well. I'm kind of just like holding my camera up, but I wanted to give you an update really fast, and it's almost Thanksgiving, so I'm about to go make some cornbread and stuff, but I wanted to update you before I did that, because the past like day and a half really, I have been devouring this book. I started As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson, and let me just say, I'm pretty sure I gave A Good Girl's Guide to Murder 5 stars. The second one wasn't as good. I think I gave it like 3.5 or 4 stars, but this one is definitely feeling 5 stars as well. It's just like the classic YA murder mystery vibes. I am loving it. So in this one, Pip is kind of struggling with everything she went through in the last book, and then she gets a stalker herself, and she's trying to figure that out. And let me just say, the way that everything like ties back together full circle is just like top tier. Like, you know, the author had this planned, and it's just so good. And also like the meaning of all the book names now. Yeah. Anyway, I'm like 60% through. I'll probably finish it right now while I'm cooking. So I just wanted to give you an update and let you know that I'm loving it, and then I'll probably talk to you more whenever I finish it and I actually have time to like sit down and talk. Okay, I wanted to give y'all a proper update now that I can actually sit down. I did finish As Good as Dead while I was in there making stuff for Thanksgiving, so I have a lot to update you on. I think I kind of summed up the synopsis a little bit earlier, but in this one, Pip, our main character of the series, she is struggling with everything that happened in the last book. She's not really getting much sleep. She's just trying to like kind of cope with it, and then weird things start to happen, and she kind of blames it on the fact that she hasn't been getting much sleep. Like, she low-key thinks she's going crazy a little bit. There's these like chalk figures drawn in her driveway. There's like dead birds left at her house, and whenever she Googles this, it turns out that this was the MO of a serial killer from like 6 years ago around her town. And so she starts to investigate, thinking that she has a stalker and she might be the next victim. And I will say, it is kind of easy to figure out who the serial killer is, or at least it was for me. But I feel like it's everything that happens after you find out who it is that makes it really interesting. I just thought it was a really good time. I ended up giving it 5 stars. I love this series and the Natural series. They're like some of my favorites because they're just that classic YA, like murder mystery, and it's just so good. So, and I think I mentioned earlier how like all the covers, the way she like does everything, and even like the titles of the books is just so good. And then in this one, the way that it ties everything back to the beginning and to Andy Bell is just like top tier. Like obviously Holly thought this out, and it is so good. So yeah, my dog is going crazy at something, so I probably need to go see what that is. But this video is finally over. I have read all the books my sister wanted me to read, so I can finally get to editing this and uploading it like a year later.